Level heads. So let's open up our last file. So we're going to click on Open. We're going to click on 204 Complete. And we're going to do a Save As soon as this opens up. So we'll go here, we'll say Save As, Template, and we will call it Begin. And we'll say that's 205 because that's where we are now. We're just capturing our starting point of this chapter. Okay, now let's do another Save As. And let's call this one Complete. And we're going to be looking at the level heads. So let's just write that as something in our project notes. We've done our template file. This is sort of ongoing. We've set up our text style. We've set up a dimension style. Number 4, we are going to set up level heads. And I'm a chronic saver. I always save. Let's go to level 1. Okay, so those are some of the things that we made previously just to get some of our styles out in the open so we can see them. But what about when you look in elevation? So let's just go to elevation view. These are the level heads, and how do you change those? Level heads can be changed, and they're done through 2 different types of families. So first of all, there's an internal family. If I click on this one, that's the standard one that's there, will always be there. There's one called level. Let's just edit the type. We're going to duplicate it, and I'll call this one level 1. Not necessarily level head, but just level 1. So it's the style. So we'll say OK. Now, what are some things that we can change? Well, we can change the line weight. Do we want these lines thicker? Do we want them a different color? Do we want them to be a different line pattern? Maybe we want them to have a symbol at both ends. I skipped over the symbol because we'll get to that in a second. The other thing is you've got elevation base, either project or shared, and that's just depending on whether you're going to be using a different coordinate system, which one does it want to read. We'll leave that at project, and normally you will leave that at project. Okay. All right, so you can see there's the first style right there, and there's the second style. Not much difference other than both of the sides are showing. There's a head at both ends. So if I click on it and click on Edit Type, you can see that's level 1, and it has symbols at both ends. But what about the symbol? Let's click on that. Notice you've got level head, no bubble, so that's my other option. So I could just say no bubble. Okay, well, maybe you want to show it like that. Everyone has different styles, different conventions, and they vary from country to country, region to region. So let's edit this style. Let's click on Edit Type. We need to get at this symbol, and we want to change this particular symbol, what it is and what it looks like. And you can't do it from right in here. So what I'm going to do is just say OK to that. And we are going to open up a family which is specifically the level head. So I'm going to go to the big R, the application menu. We're going to go to New. We're going to go to Family. Okay, and depending where you are, you're going to have to somehow get to your family templates. So those will be loaded in when you install Revit. If you go to Family Templates, I'll go English I, that's Imperial. We're going to look here and see what we can find in the way of templates. Now we're going to go to Annotations, and we are going to look for, there it is, Level Head. So let's just open up. There's the level head right there. Now let's save this right away. So we're going to do a save, and we'll call this one 0205 dash level head. Maybe we'll call it dash A, because you may want to make different ones and you can call it BC. Maybe 1 is better if you're going to have more styles. So we'll just call it that. And we might even do something like this. Let's do begin. Under options, maximum backups, there's just 1, and I will save that. So essentially what I did is open the template and then I saved it. Let's do another save as, family, and we'll call this one complete. Again, just checking that there's just the one save. Okay, let's just save that. And you're going to notice here that there's some text, and we're going to want to delete this text eventually. It's saying note level line terminates at intersection of ref planes. Okay, so right there, that's where it terminates. The dummy line, so that's the dummy line, shows location of the system level line. So we could get rid of that too. It says delete this note and dummy line before using. So let's do that. Delete, delete. Okay, so we get the idea that right about here is where we want our text to go. Let's go to home. And there's two things here. This is much like the title block. It has text and it has labels. Text is static, it does not change. Labels can be changed. Let's click label. We go to make a label, but guess what? It also needs a style. If we want this to conform to the style that we've been working on, well, we're going to need to edit the actual label type. So let's just drop one in first of all. So we're going to say this is the elevation, great, and then I'll hit escape. And you can drag it around, and then maybe below it, we want to put the name. So I'll click on that label. I'll click on edit label, and we'll get rid of elevation and we'll put name. Okay, so this would be like, we could call this top of finish floor 1 or top of foundation or underside of footing. That's what the name is. The elevation will be the height. You can also draw in lines. So if I go to home and then I go to line, and then I go to, let's pick this arc right here, and we'll just go there, to there, to there, escape a couple times, and now you have a little half circle. Some people do that. So let's change the style of this label. So I'm going to click on it, click on Edit Type, Duplicate, and we'll just call this one Label 1. And again, it's very much just like the text editor or the text style editor. It's all the same here. We can just go stylus, the text size. I'm going to go with 3/32 on these ones here. The tab size, that's fine. The width factor, maybe we will dial that back a little bit to 0.9, and we'll say OK. And then there it is. You can also control things like the alignment. So is this number going to grow from the middle out or from the side? So I'm going to just limit its extents to there. Okay, this one too, let's just change that one. That's label 1. And so we can move this one. If you drag it, it should find the other one and just line up centers with that. Okay, and then we can go like this. Now we wouldn't want the name protruding out from the edge of the level line. So what I might do is just say it's going to be right. So I'm going to say it's right justified. So it's going to start there and then move over this way. The elevation, I could do the same, but I'm just going to keep it right in the center. Again, these are things that they're really up to you if you want to change them. So many different conventions that you'll be able to adjust it to the way that you like. So I'll just put that right centered. And away we go. Okay, so let's just save what we've done. That's the complete one. And let's just load that into our project. So we've loaded it in. Where did it go? I can't see it. If I go to the elevation, it's not there. I can't see it. What happened to it? It's just sitting in the template file. And if I click on this particular level that I'm working on, let's go to Edit Type. Notice here under Symbol, there should be one called 0205. There it is, Level Head Complete. And let's just put that one in, say OK, and see what we think. You can see that that's blue. Anytime the level heads are blue, they don't print blue, but anytime they are blue, it means that they're connected to an actual plan. So there is a plan that goes along with level 2. If you were to double click on that, it would take you to the plan. Other than that, though, I think everything seems fine. If I were to rename this, I'll just call it top of finish floor 2. Good. Okay, so that's how you can create new level heads. We've created another family outside of it, which is just the level head. We loaded it into this style. We went into Edit Type, Duplicate, called it level 1, and everything is set up there as expected. Okay, so let's save that. Let's go back to our drafting view, our starting view, and let's just confirm. Okay, so we did that. All right, let's save it, and we can just close that down if we want. Okay, there's the level head behind it. We'll just close that as well. Make sure we'll do another save, and there we are.